Bubba and the old man, this is how we're spending our quarantine coronavirus 2020. Going a mock draft of two teams that we think have the worst front office in the NFL. So, pop one open, sit back, and laugh at us if you want to. All right. The New York Giants. Dave Gettleman will find a way to mess this up. He will trade away the number 4 pick for, I don't know, 2/3. But I have them selecting a can't miss product in Isaiah Simmons. Athlete out of Clemson. This kid had 104 tackles, 67 solo, 8 sacks, 3 interceptions. He's 6'4", 230 pounds. He's can't miss. Yeah, this kid has star written all over him.
He's a super athlete. He played 5 different positions.
You can't miss with him. All right, so who do you have the Vegas Raiders taking with the 12th overall pick?
I have the Las Vegas Raiders and John Gruden selecting CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. He is a 6'2", 189-pound beast of a wide receiver out of Oklahoma. He ran a 4.5 40, but he plays a lot faster. He has 62 catches for 1,327 yards, 14 touchdowns, and this man averaged 21 yards per reception. He is by far the best receiver in the draft, in my opinion.
He actually made Jalen Hurts look good. I mean, enough said right there.
Jalen Hurts, a running back from Alabama.
Boo.
With the 19th pick, I have the Vegas Raiders selecting Kenneth Murray, inside linebacker from Oklahoma. Kenneth Murray is a 6'2", 235-pound inside linebacker. I believe, besides Isaiah Simmons, he is the best linebacker in the draft.
Isaiah Simmons has no position.
Whatever. As a sophomore, he had 155 tackles. This year, he fell off to 102, around 102. He had 4 sacks, 17 tackles for loss. He did not have any interceptions, which could be alarming, but he is a good coverage linebacker.
I think he's a super athletic linebacker. I really like him. He's not Isaiah Simmons, but yes, in my opinion, he is the second best linebacker, if that's where you want Isaiah Simmons. All right, with the second pick for the New York Giants, the second round pick 4, I got them selecting Austin Jackson, tackle out of USC. This kid is 6'6", 310 pounds, a 2-year starter. This kid has faced adversity off the field, not the bad kind, never been in any trouble. His baby sister needed a bone marrow transplant. This kid right here gave her his bone marrow to save her life. I would select him first in the first round if Isaiah Simmons wasn't so good, just off of that. You want good people on your team, and this kid can play football.
Well, the way I look at it is that it's a very touching story, but you also got to look at the player. People look way too much at his size and his arms, how long they are, how big his hands are. He just doesn't have the technique. He reminds me a lot of Cam Robinson out of Auburn, was selected almost completely off of how big he was. His technique was off, and he's taken a long time to develop, and New York's already taken multiple offensive linemen that have busted. So I don't know if they'll take him this high. I prefer him to be a 3rd rounder.
Well, see, he's projected to be a 1st rounder. And if he slips to the 2nd round, I think he's a great get because he got power with his punch. Who else are you going to take?
I mean,
Matt Hennessy out of Temple? Tyler Bisday?
It's just...
I think you got to feel the need. And I don't think selecting a 1st round tackle is the need because too many 1st round tackles don't play enough. You need tackles right now. That's why they should have addressed tackles in free agency.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't think he's this level of a talent. I think there are a lot better players you could take this spot, but it's just...
Well, that's who we're taking.
Agree to disagree.
I kind of feel like a big lump standing here. I don't have another pick till 99, and you got 3, so take off.
All right, so At 80, I have the Vegas Raiders picking Lamar Jackson, DB from Nebraska. I mean, simply based off the fact that he's a 6'3", 215-pound corner. 40 tackles last year. He also got in the backfield, 4 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, a sack, 3 picks. Just based off raw talent, he's very raw DB. He needs a lot of work, but
Yeah, 6'3", you don't see too many 6'3" corners coming into the league. Yeah, I mean, you can put him on Alshon Jeffrey. I mean, if you want to kill his confidence, throw him out at Julio. You know, I don't even know if the Raiders play the Falcons this year, but he's gonna go against Keenan Allen.
yeah, I know that.
You know, that's one of the best in the league right there.
It's just the Raiders have so many holes at DB, and they picked up Corey Littleton, which was a great pickup at linebacker. Obviously, they took Kenneth Murray. They were one of the worst defenses in the league last year. Got torched a lot.
They also got Kwiatkowski, but he's a good run stuffer, not so much in pass defense.
Yeah, so they need a lot of work in the defensive backfield. So I think this is a good pickup, 3rd round. Maybe address it a little late, but
Yeah,
it'll work.
you might want to take Lamar Jackson around that 91st pick, but if the Raiders want to reach on him, who am I to tell them not to?
I don't think it's a reach at all. At 81, I have the Las Vegas Raiders selecting Terrell Burgess, 6 foot, 198 pound, DB out of Utah. He had 81 total tackles, 7.5 tackles for loss, a half a sack, and an interception. I see him as more of a safety anyway. He can come in, be a sufficient backup, play a little nickel corner, play a little safety, wherever you need him. More of a utility guy anyway.
Yeah, with 6 foot, 198 pounds, he brings the lumber when he hits. He's good. I would have took him over Lamar Jackson. I think you just picked at 80 and 81 2 backups.
Well, the Raiders' defensive backfield is that bad.
I guess backups can be starters in Vegas.
91, I got the Raiders selecting Troy Dye, linebacker from Oregon. He's all over the field, very athletic, 6'4", 226, 84 tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks, 2 picks. Very good coverage linebacker. Could be better in the run game, but that could be improved. Maybe you want him to be a little bigger, around 235, 240, but he's young. You can put a lot more muscle on his body. Very good.
Yeah, he does have a lot of room for some muscle. Very few Oregon Ducks last in the league. Mariota is probably on his last leg. He went to the Raiders because Gruden loves him. And just very few Ducks last in the league.
I just think this is going to last. I think he could be. It's high reward, low risk pick at this point because it's a 3rd rounder. A lot of people that go in the 3rd round, boom or bust. That's where you take those guys who could be great or could be out of the league and right after their rookie deal, not even get their second season.
Yeah, I think that's where Troy Dye is. But like you said, I mean, the Raiders need defense.
Yeah.
That quarterback in Green Bay tore them up last year. They need defense.
Basically where I went with this draft.
With the New York Giants 3rd round selection, number 99, I got them taking tight end Hunter Bryant out of the University of Washington. This kid's a little undersized at 6'2", 239, but he's got some room to add some bulk. He had 52 catches, 825 yards, 75-yard average per game. That's almost 16 yards per catch and 3 touchdowns. I mean, in the 3rd round, I'm going to take a chance on the 6'2 kid. He toasted them Ducks last year. Hey, take a chance on him. You need a tight end. Evan Ingram can't stay on the field. In my opinion, a top 10 talent when he's on the field, but he misses at least 6 a year.
Well, you can put a lot of bulk on his body, but he ain't going to get no taller. 6'2" is not going to work out in the NFL at tight end. Not in this day and age, especially since he's not a great athlete. Yeah,
You can't make up for 16 yards a catch, and your boy Troy Dye can't cover him.
Well, Hunter Bryant is a 6'2" tight end.
Yeah.
Tight ends are supposed to be 6'5".
Evan Ingram is 6'6", and he can't stay on the field. Hunter Bryant can't stay on the field.
Well, he's 6'2".
And it's a 3rd round pick. You said boom or bust. This is boom or bust.
Yeah, it's a bust.
It's not a bust. You can't call his career a bust before it even starts.
He's 6'2".
Not like Troy Dye's.
He's 6'2".
It doesn't matter.
He ain't gonna grow.
He ain't gonna grow, but you can't find hands anywhere. and 52 receptions, son. 825 yards.
In college.
Troy Dye was really good in college, son. Lamar Jackson really good in college.
He's
But these
6'2".
these kids are sliding to the third round.
He's shorter than my corner.
Of course, granted, I would have loved to have had Cole Kmet's name right here. Cole Kmet is hands down the best tight end in this class. He's arguably, if you want to move him to receiver, he'd be the third or fourth best receiver. But he's not there. We had to address, okay, you don't address need in the first round, you take best player available. Second round, you address a need. If we didn't need offensive linemen, that'd be Cole Kmet right there. The Isaiah Center, Cole Kmet.
I don't know what you're doing.
With my fourth round selection, 110th overall, I got the New York Giants selecting Khalid Kareem, edge rusher out of Notre Dame. This kid is 6'4", 265 pounds, 5.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 23 solo tackles, 46 total. I mean, this kid, I watched him tear up Georgia Bulldogs last year. He was in their backfield, disruptive. I mean, if Notre Dame had any kind of offense, they'd have won that game. I think this is a good pickup. In the fourth round, I think you're getting at least late second, third round value for this kid.
Yeah, I really like it. I mean, he reminds me a lot of Carl Lawson, who also fell in the draft. Great edge rusher. Not much I can say about it. I didn't watch him very much. Didn't watch much Notre Dame, but from what I've seen, he gets in the backfield a lot. Good rebound from your last pick. This is by far my favorite pick of my draft. We got a steal at 121. Shaheem Carter, a 6 foot, 190 pound, absolute monster of a safety. If he was in any other defense in the SEC, he'd be day 2 pick, second round, maybe early third. But looked into him here, 121, 43 tackles, 2.5 tackles for loss. House called 2 TDs last year. Not last year, the year before last. Only had 1 pick this past year.
I completely agree with you. This kid was a top 50 talent coming out of high school. He was a 4-star. If he had went to any other team in the SEC, he'd have probably been a starter his freshman year. But you can't fault them for going to Bama. They win championships. Bad as I hate to say it, kid is a hell of a talent. He runs, he hits, he brings the lumber thumper, got decent hands. I love the pick. I can't argue with it. Pick 121. He should have been picked at 80. 100% should have been picked at 80. By far, be the best defensive talent y'all take. He's better than Kenneth Murray. Mark it down. All right, well, pick number 150 in the 5th round, just like you with Shaheem Carter. This kid, Aaron Fuller, he's my favorite pick for the Giants in this draft. He's 5'11". He's a little undersized. They need some taller receivers. They got Sterling Shepard's a little on the short side. The only tall receiver I believe they got is Darius
Slayton?
Yeah, Darius Slayton. He caught 59 passes, 702 yards, 6 touchdowns for Washington. I watched him absolutely toast my Auburn Tigers in the Kickoff Classic 2 years ago. I mean, this kid in the 5th round, you're getting a great package. He knows how to move his body, get inside on taller defenders, box them out. I love it. I think it's a great pick.
Well, I mean, they do tend to hit on later round picks at receiver. I think this will be another one of them. Last year they hit on Slayton. And I think he'll be a really good target for Daniel Jones, probably coming off the bench maybe. But they do need receiver talent to help Daniel Jones and take some of that beating off Saquon's body. But yeah, I like the pick. I agree with it.
And he's already, in my opinion, better than Russell Shepard. So,
Yeah, probably.
you know, that's where
All
we're
right,
at.
with my final pick, I got Tyler Clark. D tackle from Georgia. He's a warm body. He's 6'4", 300 pounds. He's good size. He's young. He was productive. Has a lot of untapped potential. I think he could be a end of the roster guy, practice squad, go between those two. Who knows? He may even be like Max Crosby was. Well, he was picked higher, but I think he could be a productive player. Maybe.
I think he could be a backup. Very seldom do starters for Georgia's defense go into the league and not contribute. I mean, they're very well coached at Georgia. They don't take scrubs at Georgia. Very nice pick. Nice pick at 5th round, 159th pick. Nice pick.
We know how Gruden loves to squeeze every amount of anything out of any player. He's going to get something out of him. He's going to light a fire under him. He's going to make him work.
I don't know how much fire is left in Gruden's belly. He's old.
Yeah. Gruden will never. His
Chucky,
energy will never die. We all know
Chucky is on his last leg. And he got a 10-year, $100 million deal.
Chucky
with
on his
the
last leg.
Raiders because they're idiots.
Chucky,
That's why we're doing it on the Raiders. It is one of the worst organizations in the NFL. So
I love Gruden. Gruden is one of the most entertaining.
he should have stuck with his quarterback camp. I'm just going to put it that way.
No, I think Gruden's a great coach. I think he will light a fire.
But please, by all means, take Gettleman away from the Giants.
Look,
Put him and Gruden together. Y'all will be out of business before too long.
Gruden on his last leg will light a fire under any player more than Joe Judge ever. I'll put it that way. Gruden.
With the 6th round pick, 183rd, I got the New York Giants taking Cole Cabral. Hope I didn't butcher your name. If I did, I apologize. This kid was a 2-year starter at center for Arizona State, 6'5", 304 pounds. Just a road grader.
Yeah.
Good, solid pick, 6th round. I think they could get good value out of him. If it grows into something, you've looked into it. If not, good practice squad player. I mean, I still got 4 picks in the 7th round that'll probably be traded or cut before the first day of training camp's over.
Well, I mean, it adds a lot of. These picks could add a lot of depth to that offensive line.
That is very weak.
Yeah, they need a lot of help on that offensive line. I mean, he could be a rotational guy. You know, a guy, somebody goes down, he comes in, plays solid. He'll be okay.
All right, I'm going to run through these 4 7th round picks because we didn't put no trades in this mock draft. With the 218th pick in the 7th round, we got the New York Giants taking Josiah Scott. Now, he's a 5'10", 171-pound DB out of Michigan State. But you got to look at Michigan State goes up against Ohio State. And he did pretty good against them Ohio State receivers. Benjamin Victor, real tall receiver. That one comes to mind. He had 36 total tackles, 6 pass defend, 3 interceptions. I mean, the kid runs all over the field. Great value at 218. With my next pick, we got Travis Gibson, defensive end out of Tulsa, 6'4", 268 pounds, 23 total tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and 8 sacks for the Tulsa Golden Waves, I think is what they're called.
Green Wave.
Green Wave, Tulsa Golden Wave. No, they're the Golden Hurricanes, Tulsa Golden Hurricanes. Yeah. Travis Gibson, it's a name to watch. I think he could make some noise. I watched his film. He plays with good energy, high motor. That's what you want. You want high motor, good energy guy. With 247, Chris Barnes, linebacker out of USC, 6'1", 235 pounds, 48 total tackles, 9.5 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. This kid was disruptive in every game I watched film on. He was disrupting. He was making plays, high motor, high intensity. Gotta like it. My last pick, Mr. Irrelevant, is going to be a defensive lineman out of Nebraska, Carlos Davis. 6'2", 320 pounds, 17 total tackles. At 320 pounds, this kid got 4 sacks and a forced fumble out of Nebraska. And we know how bad Nebraska football was this past year.
Yeah.
And he was one of the bright spots.
B+. I think you made a lot of great late round picks. I did not like your 2nd or 3rd round pick. But I do like the Eric Fuller pick. I think Travis
You
Gibson was
can't
a
you
great
can't
pick.
argue with Khalid Kareem.
I like Khalid Kareem, but Aaron Fuller and Travis Gibson, and especially Isaiah Simmons, who was can't miss, brought your grade to a B plus. This took you from an A to a B plus. I hate the pick. He's a 5th to 6th round talent at best. These, I don't really know much about them. So I do remember watching him. Cole Terrell could be a solid player. I mean, it's not a bad draft, honestly. I like your draft. Hate this pick.
The only two is that one and this one. The rest of them, these right here, late round at best. This right here could fill a need, maybe not, giving you a solid C plus. And that's off this talent and this talent. These right here you reached on, you know you reached on. Right here, all you got is size. That's it. He moves good, needs to twitch his hips better. This right here should have been right here. And actually, Shaheen should have been picked 80th.
Gruden's going to love Shaheen.
Shaheen should have picked 80th. He should have dropped down to 159 and everybody else move up one. This right here, these three players right here, you are reaching on and you know it.
It's about to go down.
C plus is all I can do for you. They will not make the playoffs.
Whatever you say. 6'2".
That is a 8 and 8.
6'2".
8 and 8
6'2".
at best season.
6'2".
8 and 8.
And first off, you know how badly they need DB help. Of course you're going to have to reach. There was no better DBs there.
Right there.
But why would you take him here when you can get him here? It's just...
But why would you overdraft when you could get the right player?
Do you remember
at
what
the
people
right
were
number?
saying when the Packers drafted Jair Alexander in the first round? Now he's one of the best DBs in the league. You draft them when you can get them.
Did you hear what people were saying about Lamar Jackson? I heard everything, son. And Hunter Bryant is a second-round talent.
He is not.
I don't care about his size. I care, can he stay on the field? Can he block? And can he catch?
He
and
can't
he can do
move.
all three of those.
He can't move. In this league, you need tight ends that can move. You think about it. George Kittle can move. He's a great blocker, but he can move. Ertz can move. Kelsey can move. We know that.
Hunter
Mark
Bryant.
Andrews was a 3rd-round pick. A great blocking tight end was all he was known for. He's one of Lamar Jackson's favorite targets.
Adam Shaheen, 6'5", 6'6", fixing to be out of the league.
Yeah, because he couldn't produce. I don't think he can produce.
He will produce.
He cannot produce
For a
in the league.
3rd-round pick, you're getting mid to high 2nd-round value.
It's a ridiculous pick. Why would you take him there? He's going to be there down here.
He's not going to be there down here.
Well, whoever takes him can have him. Because I'm not taking a 6'2" tight end in, what is that, the 3rd round?
You're not taking a 6'2" tight end, but you're taking a linebacker or a DB that hasn't proven anything, son.
But he has all the talent and he has perfect size.
I agree with you. 6'3" is a great size for a DB.
And he can move. And at worst, you'll move him to safety. Because he's
And
not
he will
athletic
be
enough.
on the special teams, if not out of the league in 2 years.
And Troy Dye is a great pick.
Terrell Burgess should have been picked the high of it. Troy Dye, maybe, maybe not.
He's a 6'4", 226 linebacker that can move to safety. He is a Mark Barron prototype linebacker.
He is not Mark Barron.
He will be as good, if not better, than Mark Barron.
Oh my God, that is a reach, son. That is a. You are
He's-
grabbing at straws because you have no argument. He got
Your
toasted.
linebacker is 6'2".
He got toasted by Hunter Bryant
I
all
don't care.
game long, son.
He is, at worst, a Mark Barron in the league.
That is his ceiling, if anything.
It's ridiculous.
He is not Isaiah Simmons. That is his ceiling at best.
Nobody said he was Isaiah Simmons. Nobody in this draft, except for Chase Young, Okuda maybe, or the defensive
And I would
talents.
say if you drafted C.D. Lamb over Jerry Jeudy, you reached.
No, CeeDee Lamb's the best talent in the draft. as far as receivers go,
Jerry Jeudy, hands down.
Jerry Jeudy had Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle and Henry Ruggs. He had 2 potential top 15 picks lined up across from him.
And your point is he's still better.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. There is no reason for taking him this high.
There is all the reason he won't be there any lower.
I don't think you did your homework on him.
I think I did.
He can't move.
You will see.
He's 6'2" and he can't move.
You will see.
He's 6'2" and he can't move. And he's not a great blocker either.
You will see.
He will be a special team.
Yeah, so will Troy Dye. Kenneth Murray is boomer bust too, son.
Kenneth Murray is a sure thing.
No, he's not.
He's a sure thing.
He is not. All right. We appreciate y'all watching. If you liked it, please drop a like, sub, put in the comments if you want us to do a mock draft on your favorite team. We will get it done while we're quarantined on the Corona 2020. We appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe. Stay well. God bless.
What he said.